Hello and welcome to the Inferno Lounge. We're just going to be going over some walkthrough talking points on Legend of Dragoon. We'll be showing secret locations, secret chests, and stardust locations. We've already got one stardust from Sales or Celeste, some of you might say. It really kind of depends on how you want to pronounce it. The next set is going to be in Bale. So we got to make our way over towards there, and we're going to be starting by leaving the Helena prison and making our way towards the forest. Well, the prairie, excuse me. The forest is the one that's down south of me, and the prairie is the next place to go. Now, for those of you that are just watching the second video first, most of the stuff that's happening right now is in the first video. Remember, all of these videos are going to be edited down for informational purposes only. So, if you're just trying to look up Stardust, we'll have all that information for you. Locations, visual aids of where to find it, and whatnot. Now, this is a PlayStation 1 emulator with the Legend of Dragoon's original PlayStation 1 disc ROM. So there is going to be a little bit of skipping points. There might be a little bit of latency. Might be a little bit of a lag time. Just hang in there with me, and we'll get through this game. I love this game since I was like 8 years old. I played through it a bunch of times. I've had it on my laptop for a few years now, and it still never gets old. Now, in that last section that you just seen, there is a hidden chest there, but you have to go through this story portion first. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're just going to backtrack a little bit so that way we can grab that chest. And it's right here. And that's a free 100 gold just hidden behind pretty much like a rock formation.
Yes! Double blast!
Now, I'm not one that actually goes and levels up my additions in the first forest. I want a little bit of a challenge to the game. Just because, when you're leveling up additions, you're leveling up yourself as well. You're increasing your attack, you're increasing your defense. And, I want to make it fun. I want to make it like pretty much, how it was back then. The game was so fun because it was a little challenging. When you play through it the first time and then you realize that, you could do certain things like, level up additions or even just leveling up yourself real early. Those things are kind of things you do through your second playthrough to kind of make things just a little bit more, I guess some people would say fun, but I just think it's more funny than fun because, to me, fun is whenever you're having to think through the processes of what you're actually doing.
Yes.
Funny is whenever your enemies try to come and attack you and they can't do any damage and you pretty much just one hit them no matter who they are or where they are. Now, I'm not the greatest at additions either, but I try. Go ahead, take out Mantis.
Yes.
Now, for those of you that don't know any element colors, brown is ground, green is wind, blue is water, red is fire, white is light, and black is dark. Forgive me for not knowing what purple is. But each element has a counter element to it. For instance, you know, with wind it's ground, with fire it's water, with light it's dark. These things you're just gonna have to figure out yourself, because it just becomes trial and error. Whoever your favorite team is will reflect in the areas that you go to. For instance, if you go to an area that has mainly water, you probably want to go with, you know, probably wind, lightning. That's what purple is, lightning. You definitely want to go with lightning. And you definitely want to stay away from putting too much hopes in dart when you're in a water area. Again, there is going to be a little bit of lag. I am playing this on my laptop and running a streaming platform in the background, so that way you guys can enjoy the walkthrough and see exactly where everything is. Now, my favorite character in this whole thing is Dart, but I'd have to say my second favorite character is Lavitz. I really didn't like Albert too much. To me, Lavitz has that hero mentality, and Albert, to me, just has more of, I'm just going to save my kingdom. And then follows along to do the bigger plan. I thought it was kind of a slap in the face for Lavitz to go out, you know, in Disc 1. If they were going to do something like that, they should have just changed it up around Disc 2 or Disc 3. Do it kind of like halfway, do half and half. Kind of like the same thing with Shauna and Miranda. You know, I believe if they were going to be doing a switch with Shauna, they should have done all switches around the middle part of the game, either on Disc 2 or early Disc 3. This makes it to where you get a little bit of time to kind of get used to each character's playstyle. For instance, I feel like Lavitz is a little bit faster than Albert. But, you know, Albert, he's pretty much the one you have to get used to. I still think it's funny the black monster that they talk about is Rose. And for some reason, when Rose joins your party, she's some weakling, pretty much. She's been around for 10,000 years. You figured that she'd be OP. But, you know, to each their own when they're making games. Now, Dart is originally from Neat. For those of you that have played through the game, you know the backstory. For those of you who haven't, Dart had a really messed up childhood. Really messed up. And it just, I know it haunts him, and that's just the drive that keeps him moving forward. Right here, you're going to see Dart's father, Dart's mother, and Dart. Now, you've also heard recently that they're probably going to be making a Legend of the Dragoon 2. I'm not holding my breath on it, but that would be awesome to see Dart as more of an adult. Add some more additions in, you know. We've come so far since you know, the 2000 era. And these graphics were very impressive back then, but if you was to put a game out like this now with these graphics, a lot of people would complain. But I really think that it just, if anything, this game needs to be remastered, not just ported in on a PS4, PS5 and given the rewind ability. It should really be added in that, you know, they help improve the graphics, improve the latencies, the frames per second, just improve it just a little bit. And this is honestly the second instance where we actually see a Dragoon spirit. The first one that we've seen was at the very beginning of the game with Rose, when she figured out that Dart was one of the Dragoons, or at least had the Dragoon spirit that chose him. Now he considers this as a memento. It's a memento from his father, but really it's the Dragoon spirit that chose him. If it hadn't chosen him, it wouldn't have lit up like it did when he was so young. So as you see here, it says Endell's Castle in Bale. Now Endell's Castle is going to have 3 stardust in it, and Bale is going to have 3 stardust in it. Now what that means is in the city of Bale there's going to be 3. But just in the castle alone there's going to be 3. So if you ever look up and it says that there's 6 in Bale and you only found 3 in Bale, the other 3 are in Endell's Castle. Now in a total you want to collect all 50 to get the final major boss, I like to call it, at the very end. Once you collect 50, you go to Martel. She gives you about, I think it's 1 item for every 10 stardust you give her, so you'll receive 5 items. But after your 5th item, then you get the side quest to go battle the mega boss. And this is what it's pretty much called. It's just a side quest, big boss. Some people it's easy, some people it's harder. The game describes it as pretty much the most difficult boss. I personally only went after all of the stardust in 1 out of 10 playthroughs because, I mean, I just really didn't care for the side quest boss. I enjoy the main story of it, but in this walkthrough, we're going to go through every bit of it. So all side quests, all bosses, all Dragoon Spirits locations, we're going to cover it all. So in this, right now, I'm facing up against 2 lightning and a ground, and I have fire, light, and wind. So because ground is stronger against wind, we're going to go through and go ahead with dart. We're going to hit the mole.
Yes.
Again, I'm not the best at additions, but you know, it is what it is. With Shauna, I'm going to try to help with Lavitz to take out the little vampire. Now again, I'm having latency problems in some of the battles, so I may not hit every addition, and heck, I'm not even that great at additions anyways. But by the time the game ends, I'll have all the additions. And I'll be doing some side leveling myself just to make sure that y'all can see all the additions fully leveled up.
Yes. Double flash.
You want to make sure you grab the axe. You can only grab the axe after you've found the tree. Now, even though they said have to think about another way, it actually works.
Yes. Double flash. Harpoon.
Now, Angel's Prayer will help you if you have anybody that faints during battle. It revives them and only gives them half of their health. So I suggest if you do, revive somebody, Also have the person that was revived, if you can get to him quick enough, to just heal or block. If you're out of heals, try to keep blocking until you can heal yourself back up. As long as you're high enough level above the monster, then you'll gain more HP than you will lose it.
Yes! Double slash! Harpoon! Yes! Double slash!
Now this walkthrough I'm only probably going to be doing until about maybe 3:30, 4 o'clock-ish. So we're going to try to get as much done in Disc 1 up till that time. Will I make it to Disc 2 today? I'm trying to be optimistic, excuse me, and hopefully that I will, but there's still no guarantee. Now, another reason why I like Lavitz in this better than Albert is because of pretty much the brotherly bond between Dart and Lavitz. Dart needed somebody that was like family, and it just seems like anyone he got close to besides Shauna just ended up dead. And he got close to the rest of the crew that's with him, but I feel like he had more of a special connection with Lavitz than he did with anyone else. Obviously, besides Shauna, who, was pretty much kind of like a love interest. It's kind of like the old day love interest where the guy was oblivious. The girl really didn't say too much. She expected him to read her mind, throw out little hints. But of course, this is a Japanese role-playing game, so the main character is just clueless.
Yes!
Now again, since we have light, fire, and wind, anytime we get, ground, we're gonna, keep Lavitz away from that because it's not gonna do much damage anyways. If we get water, we're gonna keep Dart away from that. If we get dark, we're gonna, have Shauna stay away from that.
Harpoon! Yes! Double slash!
Now that's just like, I'm not even really sure why they put that in there. Maybe they were planning on putting a chest there. I don't know. I've never known why they put that there. Alright, so our next destination is going to be the Limestone Cavern. This is going to have a harder enemy inside that you will have to defeat to get past. This is not one of the times where you're going to end up with a Dragoon Spirit. This is just where, the game kind of tests your abilities to see exactly, if you're strong enough just to make it past the boss. Now in this area right here, it's an okay area to kind of, level up a bit. Any areas where you can pretty much run around and monsters will find you, those are good areas to kind of level up your additions. Again, I'm not going to be doing that just because of the fact that, well, I want the game to be challenging.
Harpoon! Yes! Double blast!
Now again, there's no reason to go checking around for stardust in this area, because as we've already kind of figured out, the next stardust locations are going to be in Bale. Now make sure you go down the water slide. This will help it to where you're able to get this chest. Now as soon as you get off of that, then you got another chest down below. It's not easy to get to if you're trying to run straight to it, as I was just demonstrating.
Yes!
Alright, so Lavis was hit by slime. He's unable to attack. So you can either use an item to attack, which these are ground, so you want to go with something with wind. I don't have that. I have another ground, but that's not really going to do much. So we're just going to go ahead and guard with Lavis, because we need to kind of get some of his HP back up. They are hard after Lavis.
Yes!
Alright, so yeah, anytime you're hit with that slime and it causes it to where you can't attack, just guard. It's a way for you to heal up yourself, and you know, you're not really wasting anything. No need to use your button mashers on small enemies. Save them for your bigger enemies. For instance, if I went up against a ground monster, then I'm not going to sit there and hit him with ground. I'm not going to sit there and hit him with wind. Alright, so as you've seen, I switched the direction. To do that, you have to press X timed correctly, like your additions. So X, I missed it. Let's try this again, because we want to get that other chest. Looks like I'm off my timing now.
Yes! Double blast!
Now Shauna doesn't do a lot of damage. So in most cases, whenever you have an enemy with pretty much a red arrow stating that it's pretty much about to die, you're going to want to hit it with Shauna, just because you'd rather, you know, get closer to their death, the end of their HP gauge, than to overdo it. Because you might need that attack from, like, let's say, Dart on a different enemy, where Shauna could take out that enemy, and Dart's already started on a second enemy to take out. So we're going to do this again. Okay. I thought it was X, but let's try the directional pad. There we go. Yeah, you have to use the directional pad. That was my mistake. But you really wanted to get this because it gives you another sword for Dart. So what you want to do is you want to go into your armed, not your items. don't know why I was going there. Put the bastard sword on Dart. And then you're going to want to give Lavitz the Night Shield. And the only reason why I want to give Lavitz the Night Shield is because his defense needs to boost. Because if you put it on Dart, it goes 12 to 26. Well, when you go to Lavitz, it goes 18 to 34. So you really want to just kind of go with Lavitz on that. Alright, so let's move forward. So you got 2 chests in this room. Lavitz almost went. See, that's what I'm talking about with the whole, kind of brother mentality. Yeah, Dart saved him twice, but it was like an almost immediate bond whenever Dart and Lavitz met up at Helena Prison. And of course, they both forget about Shauna. So you want to go up here and grab this chest, and as you're going to see below, where the little monster is down there, you have another chest. We're going to show you how to get that chest as well. Now Shauna's getting a little bit low on health. That was the last attack I'm going to do on her for this round. This is mainly going to be a Dart and Lavitz battle. Just because we want to get Shauna back up to good health.
Yes! Double slash!
Now, when monsters run away, you're not able to either get, the items that they would have dropped or the XP they would have dropped because they ran away. These fireflies, they're going to be able to heal you back up as well. No, we're not going that direction. We're going to go ahead and pick up this. Another Angel's Prayer. And then we're going to come up here and grab this chest. Now, I highly suggest when you leave out of this area, just to make sure you're at full strength, because we're getting close to where pretty much the big monster is inside this area.
Yes! Double slash! Yes!
So we're just going to pop over there to those fireflies one more time. Alright, now we're going to leave out. Don't forget your chest right here. And make sure to go over here. Alright, so all three of these are lightning. So I'm going to do Shauna and one more on one monster and, someone on another. So we need to take these guys out. So we're going to put Dart on the orc.
Yes! Double slash!
Alright, now see, in doing that, we were able to take out both of the bats with ease.
Yes! Double slash!
And now the orc's gone. Simple strategic stuff like that will make this game easier for some. And it also kind of helps in the mentality of having, 3 people to a group. Alright, so this is the area where that pretty much the big monster's at. We're not gonna go there just yet. I was mistaken. We're gonna go back. We're gonna grab that chest that we missed. So what we're gonna want to do is go back and go this way. Alright. So you do not want to get caught up by the monster, because you're just going to automatically have to fight it anyways. I know it's some kind of side quest. There we go. Alright, so we caught the monster. There we go. Now I was mistaken. That's the wrong thing I was talking about. So once you catch this monster, you're going to have an extra chest. You're going to want to use the circle formation that I did to catch it. Just so that way you can get the chest. If not, it's just going to keep eluding you. Alright, so we're going to use the same formation that we used last time. Shauna lavits on bats, darts on the orc. Ah, there we go. I thought I missed that.
Yes! Double slash! Yes! Double slash!
Excuse me. Alright, so now we're going to go back to that area. Ooh. Alright, so we're kind of in a little bit of a need for a healing potion on Shauna. But you really kind of want to save most of your items for whenever you face big bosses still. Or emergency use only. Because I can still, you know, guard with her, get 12 each time. And it won't really even do, I won't be able to attack with her, but it won't really do, any harm to do that. It kind of saves you on your healing items and helps you, kind of prepare for bigger battles. I mean, I seen a post from some guy today talking about he went into a boss battle with only one healing, and he's didn't know if he's screwed or not. So, just kind of make sure you keep yourself completely full on items as much as you can. This kind of helps with any unforeseen, problems.
Yes! Yes!
And this battle seems to be dragging a little bit longer because there's just some misses. Now, this is not the PS4, PS5 port game. Again, this is an emulator, so I cannot just save anywhere and just capture where I'm at. I either have to save at a point like that or outside of this area. So we're getting kind of close to where the big boss is in this area. So we're gonna want to go ahead and kind of heal some people up. Now usually I wouldn't heal anyone up unless I know they have up under half. But I'm just gonna kind of throw Shauna a bone here. Alright, so that leaves me with 4 left to use in the next battle. Dart's at 151, Lavis is at 148. I believe we got this. So we also picked up a bandana. And the bandana is not very good. As you can see here, the salad, it increases hit rate of physical attacks by 10%. So you're going to want to keep the salad on Lavis. And I completely forgot I had a leather jacket to put on Shauna. So anytime you get items like that, make sure you double check who it goes on and if it's going to help or not, because that'll really kind of determine if you're going to make it through the area that you're in. So we're going to go ahead and put the leather jacket on Shauna, and since she's just wearing a bracelet, we're going to give her a poison guard. Alright, so stuff like this where I have 2 bracelets and clothing, I'm just going to sell that at the nearest town whenever I find the shopkeeper. So since we got that, I have double slash up to level 4 right now, which damage is just 180%. Now with the latency problems that I'm having on my laptop, I'm not going to try to do volcano against the big boss. It's a 3-hit, and unless I'm kind of playing by myself, anything more than a 1-hit or a 1-hit addition is just gonna go down in percentage on me completing. So I'm gonna be doing volcano and the rest of the additions that have more than 1 on my own time, so that way I can still unlock them all and kind of show y'all how many there are, the damage percentage between them all, how much SP you get. And SP is something that you'll learn whenever you get the Dragoon Spirit. It's to help you pretty much turn into a Dragoon. So the higher the level, the higher the SP you're going to get, the more damage percentage is going to go up as well. But pretty much it's a total of 99 times per addition to max it out. So see, I've done 76 out of 80, 4 more double slashes, it goes up to level 5. It'll get another damage boost. I'm pretty sure it gets SP boost. I'll see that whenever I go to level 5. If it does not, then I retract all of my statement on the SP increase. So real quick, viewers, just don't be alarmed. I gotta double check something just to make sure how everything's kind of turning out. Alright. In this area, this is kind of like one of those areas where Shauna kind of annoys me a little bit. Dart also annoys me. I understand he's trying to protect Shauna because she's like a little sister to him, but she's literally fought monsters beside him. She's literally fought guards beside him. She may not be strong, but she has already battled. So there's no point to it. Alright, so we're going with the first attack going to be Dart. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to save my detonate rock, my spark net, my burnout for a little bit of a later time, and you're going to see why. So while the monster is on the ground, you're going to want to do physical attacks.
Yes! Double slash!
Okay, now what do you hit labs with is poison. We're going to want to take care of that quickly. Body Purifier, there it is. So, Body Purifier dissolves poison, poison, shock, and afraid. I believe are the 3. You don't want them constantly getting hit by that poison. So Shauna's still not going to be doing a lot of damage at this point, but we're still going to keep using her main attack only on this monster. And there's two reasons to that. One, you'll find out a little bit later whenever it happens. And two, because she's just going to do 7. Any more than that, it would help against the monster, but you're just going to run through your items quickly if you're trying to use items for Shauna. Alright, so here was that moment I was talking about where I was like, you'll find out later. So right here, you're still able to attack with Shauna. Alright, so when you try to attack with Labbits, it's going to miss every time because Labbits can't reach in the air. So we're just going to go ahead and hit this monster with a burnout since I have 6 of them. I'm not very good at button mashing, but also in this, the game kind of speeds up, slows down, speeds up, slows down, so I don't really have an exact time to get the button masher out. It's either going to happen great or it's not going to happen that great. So we're just going to try again. Alright, so I did a bit more on that one. And it looks like my laptop is slowly dying. So we're just going to take just a quick second. Just a quick second. We'll find my power cord. Alright. Now we're back in action. So, as we're still going to just mainly attack with Shauna on her regular attack, just because she's able to reach up that high and it doesn't go through your items so quickly. Now, back in the day on the PS1, I've actually gotten it all the way up to about 200%. You really got to be fast at that. But on here, I think the highest I'll probably get is about maybe a 190. But it hurts every time. So again, this is like just pretty much the first test to see how well you can actually battle against someone who's strong. We're going to do a Spartan at this time. And see, as you've seen, using 2 items and attacking Shauna is effective. You know, I could have taken him down probably quicker, but I would have used more items, and that's not really something that I really want to do personally. I want to make sure I have an abundance amount of items in case I need them. Now, this is where the first instance you're going to see a power from Shauna that you didn't really, consider that she would have. Now, this will be explained later for those of you who haven't played the game. I really don't want to ruin too much for you. I don't want to, spill the beans or pretty much put any spoilers out there. The game's been around for 20 years, though. If you haven't played it by now, you either didn't have a PlayStation 1 back then, a PSP Vita, or, you just wasn't interested at first. So I already got me a War God amulet. So we're going to put that on, and we're going to put that on either Lavitz or Dart. I like giving Dart higher level items later on in the game than at the start. So you have a chest here. I believe you have another one up here towards the top. If not, then that is the only chest. I believe that there was just one or two in that room. Now you still are, considerably damaged from the monster battle, but you should not need to heal here.
Yes! Double slash!
Now the reason why Shauna is kind of like going out of order sometimes is because she has a higher speed. The higher speed you have, the more likely you're going to be able to go. It doesn't have, in some turn-based nowadays, especially in Digimon Cyber Sleuth, it has like which one's going to go after each turn. Same thing, you speed up those, you'll have more chances to attack. In this, if you increase her speed, she'll have more chances to attack. So since she is weak, you kind of want to go more along the lines of speed than attack, just because you want her to go more often.
Yes!
So again, if you had some trouble with the last boss, like you had considerable amount of trouble, you barely scraped by, you're gonna want to start kind of grinding here in this area, or go back into the cave and start grinding in the cave, because you're about to start reaching some areas that you're not able to get through because you just don't have that base level that you need to get there. So we're now in Indale's castle area, pretty much the city of Bale. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and find out just where all of these stardust are. Give me just a moment. I apologize. I'm having to move a couple of things over here. Alright, I apologize about that. So, so the first two that you're going to find are going to be, well, not the first two. The second and third one you're going to find is at Lavis's house. It's going to be in the well in front of Lavis's house and in the kitchen of Lavis's house. And then what we're going to be looking for right now is we're looking for the weapons shop. Excuse me again. Alright, so healing potions, I like to keep about 7. Angel's Prayers, it's the same. So that's 14 of your slots right there that are already taken up out of 32. So Mind Purifier, as you can see right here, it gets rid of fear, bewitchment, and confusion, plus Despirited. Each one of these things are not great if your character has it on you, so I like to keep about 3 of these. Same thing with Body Purifier. Okay, so it is poison, stunning, and arm blocking. So Body Purifier, that really kind of helps out. That falls up under, whenever we was getting hit by the slime, it was arm blocking. So it was blocking, the ability to attack. That's what arm blocking is. As far as like any actual like button mashers, we're gonna want to take and get about maybe 3 of these. No, we're just gonna keep it at 2 of those, and then we're gonna get 3 of these. So now I'm completely maxed out my items area, but I feel pretty confident about what's in my bag now. So I'm gonna go ahead and sell the broadsword because it's not worth anything. Sell the bracelet, sell the bandana, sell the clothes, and then sell the other bracelet. You do not want to sell your Ward God's amulet. The reason why is because it increases your hit rate for attacking everything. Not just certain things, but for attacking all by 20%. I got everything I want in the bag right now. I would say keep a couple of charm potions if you need them. I only need maybe about 1 or 2. If I'm out of healing and I'm in an area where I'm not able to block and heal more than I am taking damage, then I like to keep a charm potion on hand. So this is everything that we bought at the store right now. So like I said before, we're going to want to put that War God amulet on. I just totally spaced on it. And since we gave Night Shield to Lavitz, we're going to now give War God amulet to Dart. Because I spaced again. So this is not the weapon shop, this is the item shop. This is not the same place, so do not be looking for a Stardust in here. Alright, so if you don't know this area where I'm at right now, this is the area where it's Lavitz's house. So since we haven't found the weapons shop, we're just going to go ahead and get the second Stardust of mine, which is going to be the one in the well. And then you go into the barn. And the second one is in the house. I don't know why I thought barn. It's in the house. Now you come in here, you're going to see that there's an area up there that you can pretty much walk on. This is going to happen later on. Because even if you want to, you can't even go inside Lavitz's house right now. He wants to go see the king first. So we're not going to push that. Now, Bale is not a huge city, but it is pretty big. So this guy kind of explains what Stardust are. They're just pretty much wishing stones. It's just a dust of a wishing stone. I'm going to go inside the inn right here and do me a quick save. You never know what happens. 2 places where you can actually heal up is in an inn and kind of like in hospitals of some sort sometimes. And those are the two places that you can go and pay to get healed. Now, I'm not going to pay to get healed up whenever I already know what's coming. So you're going to want to go inside this house because you want to go upstairs. You want to go over to the other side, down the stairs, because behind all of that is a hidden chest. Never mind on that. Wrong room. I'm kind of spacing it hard today, guys. I apologize. Again, these videos will be edited. The box is right here. I knew that there was a box in here. But again, they're going to be edited down, so they're not going to include everything, all of my mistakes, or all of the problems. You are going to want to buy that bottle. It is 100 gold, so if you do not have 100 gold, go back out, destroy enough monsters, you'll get 100 gold pretty quickly. So what that spirit is going to do is it's going to help you a little bit, a little bit down here. Because unfortunately, you're not able to use the boat because this drunk won't let you buy. Once he moves out of your way, now you're able to kind of get on the boat and do the Undercity of Bale. Now I'm checking some of these corners because I remember that there is chests like this one right here, but you can't change the camera angle. You can change, what you see above your head, see if there's any monsters or see what exit points there are, but you can't really turn the camera. So, as you see, the weapon shop is in this area over here, but as you see where the other blue arrow is, I'm down below. And this is the boat I'm talking about. You're not able to get that open just yet because just because you have to be inside the castle first. Alright, so we've done everything in the Undercity that we can do right now. So we're going to move on to the weapon shop and get that third stardust that's in the city of Bale before we go to the castle, because you want to make sure that you get everything, venture around, talk to people, just to get everything that you need before going to the castle. It kind of just helps keep track of where you're at and everything that you have, and pretty much what are you doing. Alright, so this one is over right here where the spears are. I'm going to check in with the weapons clerk. Come on. There we go. Now, some of these items that you'll see in here, you'll be able to get later on. But I don't want to, wait to get the sparkle arrow and scale armor. I want to go ahead and kind of get that taken care of now. Now, whenever you do put on anything, double check right up under all the items where it has your attack, your defense, your magic attack, and your magic defense. Excuse me. You want to make sure that whatever you're going to be putting on helps your person. So see, Dart has a defense of 2 and a magic defense of 2. So we're going to go ahead and give him a scale armor as well. You do want to make sure you arm your people with it. Once they're armed, then you can just back out, go to sell, armed, and you can sell the stuff that you're really not going to use anymore. Like I said, you're going to want to venture around, talk to people. We've already found the 3 stardust. So this is just more of me just kind of going around, helping y'all find information on different things. A few people here have studied up on stardust, but pretty much everything that they say you can find online. You got a little mini soldier here. Since Lavitz is from the city of Bale and a knight of Basil, then excuse me, sorry, I spaced again. There's going to be a lot of people that are going to be talking to him. He may not always come out. In some cases, he will. But now, we are at the castle. The first thing you're going to want to do is not go up the steps like I just did. You're going to want to go in through the side door. The reason being is because now you're not at the top main chamber. You're able to kind of open up the chests that are down below. See, if I would have waited, I would have already had Sparkle Arrow. That's a good lesson to learn as well. Only buy after you check the town. So that's everything that you can do through that side door, because there's nothing past here. There's no chest over here, so you pretty much just go upstairs. Now, as you see the ladder from over here. Come on, there you go. And there is the wheel to turn to open up the doors. And this will also make it easier for you to get to the boat from the castle as well. Couldn't remember if there was a chest in there or not. There is a chest in here, but there is nothing more than that one chest right there. So we're gonna go ahead and go upstairs. There's a chest over here. And then go down the stairs. Well, the ladder. And then get this chest over here. Now, we just got active ring. Now, active ring avoids the abnormal status of dispiriting. So if you go into an area that has dispiriting a lot, you're going to want to, put that on anyone who doesn't have a ring or doesn't have anything that is, helping them. So, like with Shauna, I put on a poison guard to kind of help with the poison from that monster. And we'll put on the active ring when we start going into the next area. Now, you can also do this stuff after you talk to King Albert. None of it's going anywhere. I just like getting it out of the way at the very beginning. Just because, all I got to do is just talk to somebody at that point. To get the story going, instead of, worrying about what did I miss. Alright, so now we're in the company of King Albert. And you're going to notice that there is a hooded figure in the back. I can't remember if that's the same hooded figure from Helena Prison or not. I believe it is. But I noticed that in my first playthrough. My first thought was, is that the guy from Helena Prison? And here goes Dart again, trying to protect Shauna whenever it's not his place to actually protect her like that. Which causes so much drama between Shauna and Dart. It causes Shauna drama. I'm going to be quiet for this section so y'all can enjoy.
As if they were gods, Winglies ruled over all living creatures and used them as slaves. The enslaved suffered a terrible domination and injustice. Their anger turned to a flame of fury. Then a gust of wind blew throughout the lands, spreading the flame to a blazing fire. The wind was Emperor Diaz. 7 incarnations of dragons served the Emperor. Their bravery inspired people to take up arms. Thus began the Dragon Campaign. It was a harsh war. Both people and Winglies suffered countless injuries and fatalities. After a long period of suffering, it was the humans who acquired the future. The age of humans had begun.
I kind of enjoyed that they put a little bit of voice actors in this instead of just text boxes. Text boxes makes it where, you know, anyone can voice the actor, just say the lines. You know, for instance, but this is our first time in a castle. I don't really kind of enjoy text boxes like that too much. A little bit of mixture of text boxes, a little bit of mixture of voice actor, really actually makes the game. Nowadays, you know, you have so many people that are voice actors for different games. You know, even some main actors. I like it, but when you can't do anything, you know, you can't press a button. You're just kind of watching through a video. After a while, it just gets a little stale. But I believe they did the right amount in this, where every now and then it was voice acting videos, or it was, you know, kind of like a video of text boxes, but it's an actual like video. I believe there was a good mixture of all of them. Again, if you're having any problems hearing me, if there's anything wrong with the video, I do have my chat box up to the right hand, so that way my viewers can reach out to me and let me know if there's any problems that they're having viewing the video, hearing me, because I am just starting up on streaming, so I'm kind of trying to get used to what I have to have my settings at. Alright, so we've already talked to King Albert. Let's head back to Lavis's house. Come on. Alright, this is where we're going to get the final stardust in the city of Bale. The final stardust is in the kitchen. So we got to go through all of this, then we're going to get to the stardust. See, I kind of like playing the coy role for Dart. But, you know, the game obviously still has the base mechanic of the romance between Shauna and Dart. And there is the third stardust location inside the city of Bale. So as you're gonna see now, we are up to 4 stardust. I totally forgot about the castle. I do not have the rewind feature. So I'll have to wait until I'm actually able to leave. Alright, so we are going to be going back to the castle after this. I totally missed 3 stardust locations that were in there. This is why I like trying to get everything while I'm in the area, but I just got sidetracked with chest and just totally forgot about the 3 stardust that were in there. So if you're just now joining, I am going over all of the stardust locations. I'm going over hidden chest locations, and all information will be edited down to just informational purposes, visual and a little audio. Before I leave here, I mentioned earlier, before I even went to the castle, that there was an area in the barn that you could go to. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go back upstairs, back up that ladder and out the house that way, so that way you can make it to the barn. Totally forgot about that. Anytime you see the caution exclamation point, you're going to want to hit X, or you're going to have to do this whole process all over again. Come on. Make sure you're not pressing any other buttons, directional buttons or anything like that. Dart will walk on his own. I did press the button that time. I do not understand why it's not registering. This is going to be one more attempt. If I cannot get it here, I'll try to do a private recording on getting there. That way I can edit it down to where I'm not spending 20 minutes on one chess. There we go. If you can't get the timing down correctly, then just make sure you just constantly press X. As I mentioned before, I keep 2 charm potions. That also helps me kind of keep 2 slots open for anything that are in chests that are items. So I got a healing breeze, which that's something is it's actually really good to have because it heals your entire party by half of their maximum HP. So again, we're just going to go ahead and head off to the castle just to finish up the Stardust locations before we head off to Hoax. Okay, so we're going to start from the castle, top of the castle, and work our way down. So you're going to want to go to the 3rd floor. And it's in this area right here where this woman's at. The next location, you're going to want to go down to the basement. Now this is considered the 1st floor, so we still want to go down just at least one more. There we are. Come on, move out of my way. Yeah, thank you. Alright. Now the second one inside Endel's castle is inside this fireplace. Alright, so the last Stardust in this area that we're going to be going over is, well, you have to take the boat over to it. So you got to make sure that you've already at least, paid off the drunk with the spirit bottle, which that's going to cost you 100. Wrong way. I've already unlocked all that, and I'm just going to go the way that I normally go to get over there, which it's going to be a little bit longer, and it does require going through the city of Bale, but I know that there's a way from the castle to the boat. But we already grabbed the 2 from the castle. The one was in the fireplace in the basement, and the other one was on the 3rd floor, top left-hand corner, with a woman standing in that room. So that's the drunk I was talking about. I've already paid in the bottle that he has in his hand. If you want to know where to buy that bottle, just go a little bit, probably about maybe 15-20 minutes ahead, back in the stream where I first entered Bale, and I'll explain where you get the bottle from. I also explained that there's a hidden chest over here. I've already gotten it. We're just going to go ahead and head down to the boat now. Alright, so once you get to the boat, You're gonna want to go ahead and take off. And it'll give you an option on which direction you want to go. When it asks you to get off the boat, you're gonna want to do so. Right here. You're going to want to go inside this room and go to the far end. So right here next to this barrel is the 6th stardust. So at this point you should have 7. 1 that's in Celeste or Sales, however you'd like to say that. And then 6 in Bale total. So 3 in the city of Bale. Technically 4, but you have to at least go to the castle first. And then 2 are directly in the castle. The next 2 that we're going to be going over is in the Fortress Hoax. So since we already went ahead and got all the stardust from this area, we've gotten all of our items. I'm only needing to talk to one more person. Then, we're heading over to Hoax next. You're going to want to make sure whenever you get off the boat, go up that ladder. So that way you can get the 20 gold that's inside the castle. So that is the last chest that is in the city of Bale / the castle as well. You get more gold than you do actual items. But you do get a couple of good items. So just make sure to check your chest in every area and you'll be fine. Now this is the one place I said I was still needing to stop off and talk to someone. I was in here earlier, but I forgot I needed to kind of talk to the girl. Alright, so we went ahead and we acquired Lavis's portrait. Now this is where you first meet Martel. Martel is the one we're getting the Stardust for. So what you're going to want to do is just make sure that you get that portrait and run into Martel. This is going to start the process where you're going to be able to start meeting up with Martel a bit more, and you'll be able to kind of give your stardust to Martel. I don't have 10 yet, so there's no reason to give her 10. But Martel really just wants the stardust just to kind of save her baby. So the story is told. Hello viewers, welcome. Feel free to chat up in the chat box. If there's any problems, just let me know. But right now we are on our way to the Fortress Hoax. So this is a PlayStation 1 emulator, and my laptop isn't the best, but you know, I'm not going to be able to hit all editions.
Yes.
And I do not have the rewind feature, so I am unable to back it up and reattempt.
Yes. Double slash.
Alright, so now we're at the Fortress of Hoax. There are 2 Stardust locations in Hoax. Now in this town there is a couple locations where there are like hidden chests. We're going to go over those areas as well. But we're going to first get the first Stardust as soon as we can. So this is the meeting room with Kaiser. This is where you're going to get your first Stardust in this area. This Stardust is actually located in the in the left-hand corner of the room. So around where that candlelight is where we're gonna, you know, kind of check first. All right, so this is where, you know, Lavitz and Shauna are going to kind of split apart from you. You can't leave the town, and so like you're stuck here for the battle. So right where that candlelight is where that stardust is. The other stardust is located in the fireplace in the basement to the house that's to the left. So this house right here, you're gonna want to go down to the basement. And again, it's in the fireplace. You have a hidden chest right here. When you come and talk to the midwife, she kind of gives you a little bit of backstory on what happened before the war. It's kind of like a little bit of a funny scene between Shauna and Dart. It's just funny, is all it is. You don't have to get this, it's just informational purposes only. The main thing to get in that house is the chest. Now this is the church. There is nothing in here. Even talking to people, they don't have anything. Now the 7th fort that they're talking about holds one of the stardust. Now here is the last item location. You're going to want to get this before you start the battle. Alright, so we pretty much have seen everything. So what you're gonna want to do is take Shauna back to Kaiser.
Yes! Double slash! Yes! Yes! Double slash!
Alright, so the Sandora Knight is just going to kind of be one of those harder enemies. But you'll still be able to should be able to defeat him pretty easily.
Yes.
The hardest thing about him is whenever he splits.
Harpoon. Yes. Double slash. Harpoon. Yes. Double slash. Yes. Double slash.
This is where he's going to split. If you nail an imposter,
Harpoon.
they're just going to disappear. They're not going to take any actual damage.
Yes.
So, whenever you're nailing the imposter,
Double slash.
you can try to put in an addition if you'd like. It's not really going to matter.
Harpoon.
You're going to want to make sure you put all of your hard damage onto the real one.
Yes. Double slash. Harpoon. Yes. Double slash.
Alright, now we just got rid of a Sandora Elite. You're going to want to get that healing breeze. I already have enough items, so I'm going to have to just discard one of my healing potions. This is also where we first meet Kongol, my third favorite character. Now, if you're not good at additions, this is going to be a hard matchup. Kongol has the ability, as soon as you do not complete your addition, he will attack you in a counterattack.
Harpoon. Yes.
There you go. There's a visual aid if you needed one.
Harpoon. Yep. Double slash. Harpoon. Yes. Double slash.
Now that's not fun.
Double slash.
I do have latency issues because this is an emulator and my laptop is not 100% gamer. So there might be some lag points where I'm going to miss additions.
Yes! Double slash! Harpoon! Yes! Double slash!
And here's where Rose comes in. And your first actual viewing of a Dragoon. And Dart's first appearance of the Red Dragon Dragoon. Now this is the most badass form. I don't care. Dart's Divine is cool. I like his original fire the best though. Hello, welcome all new viewers to the Inferno Lounge. So far in this video, I've already gone over 6 Stardust locations that were in Bale, 2 that were in Hoax. We're going to continue on all the way up until about 3:30. As you can see at the bottom right-hand corner of my screen of your video, it is 2:07. So we're going to try to get as much put into this video as we can. I've also been going over secret chest locations, side missions, all the good stuff. Also, feel free to say hello. I do have my chat box open if you just want to say hey. Tell me what your favorite combo team is. I still have not got mine. Mine is Dark, Kongol, and Hashel, sorry. The next Stardust location I'm going to be going over is going to be in the 7th fort. It is one of the easiest to miss in the game. And this right here is just a tutorial on how to use the Dragoon Spirit. I already know everything I need to know. If you're going through the playthrough, you feel like you need the information, then just go through each one. I'm going to go ahead and save it real quick. Bros, I have done 10 playthroughs. I have seen everything you can throw at me.
Yes! Double slash!
Trying to... Uh-oh. Yeah, I do not have that signet just yet. There's a special item you can get that makes the bird stay around for a little bit longer. Bird gives you really good items in XP. Personally, I never cared for it too much. So we're going to be going to the marshlands next. Now there is no stardust in this area, only chests. So we're going to go over all of the hidden chest locations as they come.
Yes! Double slash! Harpoon! Yes! Yes! Double slash!
Alright, so the first chest in this area that we're going to go over is this one. And here is the second one.
Yes! Double slash! Harpoon!
Now remember, when you are either practicing or gathering experience points for the Dragoon Spirit, be cautious of your magic gauge. You will run through that very quickly. Now I'm just kind of going through doing some, just gathering up experience right now because I can get SP, but I cannot get MPs. So SP is your spirit points, MP is your magic points. So just remember, magic points can only refill with items or rest. That's fine, I need to use an item anyways.
Harpoon! Yes! Double blast! Harpoon! Yes! Double blast!
Okay, we finally got a magic stone of signet, so that will help keep the yellow bird around. I just couldn't remember what the name of it was whenever I was out there. After you get those 2 chests, you want to get back onto the boat and return back to the starting point so that way you can continue forward.
Harpoon! Yes! Double blast! Yes! Double blast!
To get this chest, it's right where Shauna's at. You should be able to walk up there to grab it. Now, since I have Rose in my party, I am going to go ahead and switch to her. 2 Dragoon Spirits. Gathering XP is better than just 1.
Harpoon!
I was heading back this direction because there is a chest to get back here.
Whip smack!
Yes! Double blast!
Whip smack!
Yes!
Need to heal up anyways. Almost got it.
Die!
I need to use an item, so I'm just going to go ahead and use a Spear Frost.
Whip smack.
Just trying to make sure I know exactly where I'm going. As you can see in the background, some people have noticed, you can tell that the merchant that you're going to be buying stuff off of is in the background walking around. He just walked off camera. We're not going to be going that direction right now. We need to go this direction.
Yes! Double blast! Harpoon!
Whip smack.
So at this point in time, you should have 9 stardust. Just kind of keep track of that. Once you make it into this area, you should have 9 stardust. This is where we encounter a mirage. One of the Wingley's weapons back in the day for dragoons. Now this is the major boss in this. You will have a secondary kind of minor boss. I don't think the Firebird is more difficult than the Mirage. If anything, they're either exactly the same, or if anything, the Mirage is just a little bit stronger because it can attack. Its attacks can do a lot more damage to dragoons. So as I'm going to show in an example here. Now, I don't know what is with Rose's Dragoon attacks and her additions, but it's possible to believe that the makers of the game made her into some type of dominatrix. Some kind of weird 11,000-year-old dominatrix. That's the only way I can put it.
Yes! Double slash!
Now, you will want to get rid of the body so that way it can't continuously hit you. Move closer and hitting you.
Whip smack.
Some people, they do, you know, one person per area. You know, Rose hits the head, Dart hits the body, Lavis hits the arm. I more or less do things just a little bit differently. I'd put all on the body and then all on the head. The arm becomes irrelevant once you get rid of the body.
Whip smack.
And you know, I highly suggest keep turning into a Dragoon. Use that extra power hit. It gives you experience on your Dragoon, and it definitely helps.
Yes! Double slash!
The one thing I did forget, the arm doesn't really come fully obsolete. It does throw rocks once it can't move. So this is the head attack. It's very dangerous. I wanted to go ahead and use the healing potion just in case the astral drain did not give enough HP. We're going to save, since we have 2 healings and 8 angel prayers still, we're going to save those healing potions just for a little bit. We're just going to go ahead and attack with Lavis. The next attack on Dart should take him out, which will open it up for an angel's prayer, which will heal him very well. Alright, so now the body can't be used anymore. So now it's just going to be head attacks and arm attacks. We're just going to go ahead and heal Dart. Okay, I guess I was mistaken.
Yes! Double slash!
Whip smack.
Harpoon! Yes!
There we go. I still have some angel prayers, so I ain't really too worried about that.
Yes! Double slash! Go!
So as you noticed before, whenever I did my save point, the merchant we're about to actually help was in the background and somehow ended up way over here.
Double slash. Harpoon! Yes! Double slash slash. Harpoon! Harpoon! Yes! Double slash!
Whip smack.
Yes! Double slash! Yes!
Alright, I am gonna have to cut this just a little bit short. We got 10 minutes left in the stream. After that, I'm just gonna have to cut it a little short. Hope everyone who's watched has enjoyed. Just a quick recap. Went over the 6 Stardust locations in Bale. Went over the 2 Stardust locations in Hoax. And the other Stardust that I have is from Celeste or Sales. I've heard both ways being said. I used to say Celeste. Somebody told me it was Sales though, but it is what it is. Want 3 of those. That's all I want.
Whip smack.
Now that chest you've seen right there, the only way to get to it is by going up here, crossing the river, and going all the way back. Now, I'm not going to grab that chest. This entire area is going to be on the next stream because I am farther than 10 minutes away from the actual next save point.
Whip smack.
Double slash.
Whip smack.
All right, and this concludes our watch time, play time for today. The stream has been 2 hours and 56 minutes long. I am too far away from the next save point to continue further, and I was ending at 3 anyways. Please join me again. I'm either going to continue tomorrow, or I will be continuing on next Monday. I will post the schedule as soon as I know. That way you all can enjoy viewing. Remember, all videos are going to be edited down to informational purposes only, which will include chest locations, stardust locations, and secret areas inside missions. Thank you again for joining me. Please like and subscribe to Infernal Lounge on YouTube. Thank you and have a wonderful, wonderful day.